Hello everyone. Happy Monday. I don't really actually have a lot to talk about to get started. Hello Nancy, how are you? We just have one thing that we will be doing coming up soon, and that is the 12 Days of Christmas. I'm super excited about it. The stamp set is awesome. And if I open it up, I've actually taken all of my stuff out, so you can't see what's in here. But there's some really amazing products that are included in this 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. So it is still available, so get it while you can, because it is a pretty awesome products, I will say. And we'll have 12 projects. I am not quite sure how I'm going to set it up yet because I want you to be able to use it and have it before Christmas. So I think I'm going to do it the week of Thanksgiving. And it will be 6 videos, 2 projects each day. So we'll do 2 days at one time. And then Thanksgiving Day, it'll be recorded for you. That Friday will be recorded because I'll be in Columbia at a crop. Yay! And then Saturday, it'll probably be recorded. So we'll do 2 or 3 that'll be live, and then we'll do 3 most likely that will be just recorded and posted. But it'll be 12 projects, 6 days, 2 projects every day. So we're going to do that. And I'm super excited about that. So make sure that you get yours today. And it's totally free to watch. There's not a kit or anything like that. There will be a PDF for instructions for it though, for all the projects that we do. And if you purchase it, if you're a customer of mine, if you purchase it, then I will send you that tutorial for free. So it'll have all 12 projects in it for you. If you're on my team, obviously that gets posted right to our Facebook once it's done as well. So hello, Verna. Hello. Hello, Sharon. You actually didn't really miss much other than me talking about the 12 Days of Crafting Advent. And I just kind of repeated myself 6 times on that one. So you didn't actually miss anything yet. Hello, Kathy. All right, so that's it. That's all I have to share with you today. It's just that. So let's dive into our projects. We are going to be using the fluffy squirrel. And I think this is one of the cutest things. We used to have a squirrel set many years ago. And I think it was called Nuts About You. Squirrel, can't remember what it's called now. Anyway, it was a great set too. I loved it. And so I was able to kind of go back and look at those projects, which was kind of fun. But we are gonna dive right into this one. We're gonna do 2 projects tonight, and then we will have a third on Friday at 5. Let me make sure that we're all level and even. So one thing I did want to say about this bundle is it is a punch bundle, and it only punches out this squirrel here. It doesn't punch out this one. So if you want, you can fussy cut that. We're not fussy cutting it today. But anyway, I picked this set because we've had a lot of squirrels lately in our yard. And of course, Maggie sees them and she goes running across the yard when we let her out. And it is, I've never seen her run this fast before, but she will haul tail it across the yard. And we live on about half an acre. So I probably would say that a quarter of it, maybe a little bit more than a quarter of it is, or a quarter of a acre, is the backyard. It's a big backyard for her. Anyway, so she literally gets there in like 2 seconds flat. It is the craziest thing. And she runs them right up the tree. When we were in Winsboro, she didn't have that much room to run. And so it's funny, but we'll sit on the little screened porch. It's not a screened porch, it's a sunroom. And when we sit on there, she will sit there and watch the backyard. And you can just see her face, like her head moves back and forth, left and right, because she wants those squirrels. So she keeps me entertained when I'm sitting out there with her. Okay, so this is going to be our first card. And we're just going to stamp it. We're going to change this a little bit. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think I like the crumb cake with the squirrel. I don't know what it is, but it's not hitting well with me. So we're going to try it with pecan pie on both. So we'll stamp off and I'll show you what we'll do with all that. We're also using some new products that will come out tomorrow with this project. So I'm super excited about that because the paper we're going to put on this one is amazing. I'm gonna actually show you guys really quick because this paper is well worth it for you to get. So let me just show it. It's called Brushed with Beauty. Okay, so this is one pattern. This is the pattern we're gonna use. This is the back of it though. Look how pretty that is. Kathy, you know I'm obsessed with flowers now. So this set is all flowers, which is fantastic. But it's some good like background cards or good background pages, especially for like scrapbooking. But look at that. I don't know if Michelle's on here. I don't think she is. But Michelle, if you watch this later, this is Darling Duckling. But it almost at first looked like wild wheat. Oh, Nancy, your cats do the same thing? Yes, it is so crazy how they like are so obsessed with those squirrels. But anyway, this kind of, when I first saw it, it looked like wild wheat. Okay, this is a good one because I love this pattern. It almost looks like army. And so this would be good for, you know, doing like 4th of July cards or Veterans Day, which is coming up. You could make some cute cards with that pattern. And here's the back of it, which is beautiful too. Oh, I love this paper and I'm just so shocked. So this is like painted. So it looks like they just like brushed painted it. And so it's got some like, looks like raised areas. Of course it is not. And then that's the back side, which this side I love too. Okay, and then let's do, I think there's 2 more. Yeah, 2 more. So that's one side of it. And then that's the other, which is a nice little, this is Lost Lagoon, which is a good color too. And then this pattern here is the last one. But I wanted to show you all this because it truly is some good paper. Good paper. There is a coordinating like bundle that goes with it. I think it's a suite actually. Anyway, so you can get that too to go along with it. I did not get the suite. I just got the paper for now. But, you know, it's flowers, so that may change. That may change later. Okay, let's get started. Let's fold our card base in half. All of the measurements are on the blog post, so you can go over there and grab them, as well as all the products. Now, if it's the new products that come out tomorrow, it wouldn't let me add those in with the link, so I will try to remember to go in and add them tomorrow, but the name of the paper is definitely on that blog post, so you'll have that. All right, let's grab our seal. And I'm going to put this on. And as I was talking so much, I forgot to say, make sure that you do comment so that I know you're here and I can say hello. And then make sure that you give me a big thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you'll get notified. Okay, so this is our inside piece. Let's go ahead and put that in so I don't stamp all over it. You know, I have ink mess problem. So Kathy, I saw, while you're on here, I saw that you are going to be at the crop in Columbia too. Is that correct? That makes me excited. Because I haven't seen you, I haven't been to the last two, so I'm super excited about being able to be there. All right, let's wrap our twine around here on the bottom. Actually, before we do that, let's go ahead and stamp our squirrel. We're gonna do it all with the pecan pie. Okay, good. I'll probably be a little late, so just save me a seat, please. You know, I have a little longer to drive now. And I'm not much of a morning person because, you know, during the week I get up so early now. All right, so we're gonna stamp our squirrel right here as close to our designer series paper as possible without touching it, because you're gonna do we'll do our little tree stump. All right, now we're gonna take this one. We're gonna ink it up. We're gonna grab some grid paper here. We're gonna stamp it off, and then we're gonna stamp it on. Let me see if I can line it up properly. There we go. Let's see, I think I like that better than the crumb cake. So we're gonna go with that. All right, now let's go ahead and stamp our, let's see. We want to stamp our stump, and we're gonna do that in pecan pie as well, so I don't know why I put that up. We're gonna stamp a lot in pecan pie. Okay. Now I'm gonna set that aside because we're gonna take the light pecan pie, and we are going to color our stump. And we're doing the light because the ink will make it, the stamp pad makes it a little darker. So this allows us to color in. All right. And then it'll take me just a few seconds to do this. And then we're gonna do the major thing that nobody likes to do. And we're gonna fussy cut it. We're gonna fussy cut it out. Yeah, okay, Sharon, good. I'm glad I'm not the only one. It is definitely a big difference. Look at that. It is definitely a big difference. So I definitely like that better. All right, now we're gonna take this and we're gonna cut around it because I wanted to pop it up so it could kind of hide where the feet are of the squirrel to the designer series paper. And y'all, it doesn't take very long to cut this out. It's just a small little stump. So don't yell at me because we're not cutting out the squirrel. We're just gonna punch the other one. All right, let's see. And ta-da, let's see. Okay, now I'm struggling, but I think it's because I'm on such a small piece of paper. And y'all know I'm left-handed. That small piece of paper doesn't always work out well for me. But I'm trying to use up scraps. I'm trying to be good and not just throw them all away. Okay, now we've got our stump, so we'll put that there. So that'll work. And then we're going to stamp our acorn. And I'm gonna stamp it on this piece and not waste that one. Where is my acorn? Tattoo. Hold on. I probably have it over here. Oh, yep, there it is. Right there. I left it on the back table. All right, so then we're gonna stamp this here. We're going to color it in with the light on the bottom. Yep, the light on the bottom. You could also stamp it in early espresso, which would give it a little bit more definition, because after you kind of color it in, it does kind of blend those lines in. So you could always stamp it with some early espresso if you wanted the outlines to show a little bit better. Now this will need the punch. So So we're going to take the punch wherever I put it, over here. And you're just going to stick it in. And we're going to punch it right on out. There we go. All right, I can officially put that in the trash, recycle. All right, now this is gonna get popped up too. So we're gonna set those two aside real quick. We're gonna take our pecan pie and we're gonna stamp our sentiment over here. All right, then we need to create some trees because the squirrels are always by trees, right? I still need the pecan pie. Okay, so what I did was I looked through all of my stamp sets and I was like, okay, I need like something that would allow me to kind of create our own branch because I don't have a stamp set that has a branch in it. And so I'm taking the string from the balloon from the Darling Dinos, and then I'm taking the little leaf from there as well. And we're gonna create our own tree. Sometimes getting creative is just a matter of looking at your stamps and stepping outside of the box a little bit. So that is what we are doing with this. We're gonna do this one down, and then let's do this one. We'll do this over here. Okay, then we're gonna clean it because we don't want to stamp the whole thing again. We just want some little pieces to branch off. So we're gonna ink up about like that. And then we're gonna stamp. Oop, almost inked up the whole thing again. And then let's do this here, like that. And then we're gonna do one kind of off this one, like that, okay? All right, then we're gonna take, we can officially now put up the pecan pie. We're gonna take Granny Apple Green. And then we're gonna stamp a whole bunch of leaves. So we'll do there. And then we're gonna do one off there. And then there, you know, and it's okay if you have a whole bunch of leaves or not. It's totally up to you. It's your project. Do with as you wish. All right, and then we're gonna do one there. And then let's do one here and here. And then here, like that. And then let's turn it. We're gonna put one on the inside there, and then one here, and then let's do one down here. Okay. All right, now you could technically leave it without putting, you know, without coloring it in, but I'm gonna color it in because I like to, you know, be a little bit more difficult. The bracelet. Do I have a bracelet? I am not sure what you mean, Sharon. Oh, the branches. Oh, okay. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. You know, sometimes, and I will tell you, it took me a while. I tried several different stamp sets and kind of tested it to see what I liked. There's one that I liked that was kind of like a foliage one, a foliage, however you want to say that. And the leaves were kind of like loopy, but I wasn't quite sold on it. And then when I did this, I was like, okay, I can get behind this one. This one will work because every squirrel needs a tree. Every squirrel. And every dog needs a tree and a squirrel so it can run the squirrel right up it. You know? You don't have your glasses on. Girl, I can't type anyway. I have fat fingers. So I'm forever putting the wrong word. Even when I voice text, I come up with the wrong word every time. Yep, for sure. Okay, we're gonna wrap this around our designer series paper here. We're gonna do it 3 times. So 1, 2, and 3. And then we're gonna tie a bow. And I wasn't sure if I'd have enough, and so on this one I did a kind of tiny one. We're gonna make this one a little bit bigger because I did have enough. I have another pack, but I didn't really want to open it. So I wanted to use what I had. Oh, and we're gonna do it smaller because that end is a little small. All right. There we go, that'll work. We'll go with that. And then we're only wasting that much from the whole row. I'm pretty ecstatic about that. All right, then we're gonna take our stump here. We're gonna take our dimensionals, but we're gonna do the edge. So we're gonna go here. And then we're gonna stick this right here. Oop, not that low. Right at the at our squirrel's feet, okay? And then that just slides up underneath the edge of it. Okay, then let's take our acorn here, and we're gonna cut. I've already got this one cut. Let's see if this will fit. It might not, but we're gonna try. Oh yeah, it'll work. We'll make that work. And then this is just gonna sit right there in our squirrel's hand. Ta-da! All right, so next thing, we're gonna flip this over. We're gonna pop it up, so we're gonna use some dimensionals. And we'll put our usual 9. And then we're gonna stick it on the front of our card base like this. You could also do the happy birthday sentiment for this one, which would be good as well. And you could change this out to be the present. All right, and then last but not least, we're gonna add these brand new, that come out tomorrow, Pearls of Beauty, which coordinates with that designer series paper. And I have to say that these are pretty awesome too. And we're gonna do this color, which I really don't even know what this color is. It's like crumb cake, but then it almost doesn't. It's like a pearly kind of crumb cake, I guess. All right, and then we're gonna do that right there, and ta-da, there is our first card. And our only card for tonight. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside. I'm gonna move all this that away so that it gets it out of my little area here. Okay, this is our next project, and I love this. So I am a huge Cersei giver. I love to give Cerseis to coworkers and things like that. So this is something that I actually did for a market though many, many years ago, and they sold like hotcakes. So I have put some more together. This is normally about how I do it. I do it with the campfire, and then I'd usually do Hello Fall. All of this is retired product from Stampin' Up, the dies, the stamp, and that. So you can tell that there are certain things I hold on to. So we're gonna recreate it though using our squirrel. Okay, now on the blog post, I have linked all of the products, okay, from Amazon. Now, typically I don't buy the honey made ones. I typically buy from a company called Wild Green, and it's like Cookies for Us is what the product is. that they call, it's cookies something. It's Kookkies. But the company that actually ships everything to me is called Wild Green. And I want to say they're out of Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. They're somewhere up north, but they were out of the graham crackers, and so I had to get some new ones. So anyway, I had to go with the normal ones, which is fine too. But typically, if you go on and look, their graham crackers are printed on. So like they have one that has like the campfire and the tent and that kind of stuff. So it's they have a lot of fun ones. Okay. So this is also where I get my marshmallows, and I don't get these printed. I usually just get these normal. They come individually packed. And so this is great for markets because having the individual ones means that you're not touching anything with your hands, and nothing in your house like dust or anything like that is getting into the products. So it makes it a lot easier to sell because then you can say it's all individually wrapped and it comes this way. Then I get, the bags are from Amazon, but then I get the Hershey milk chocolate bars. I just get these from Dollar General because they have a pack. I think it's of 6 for like $1.25. Might be a little bit more now, but you can get these little fun size ones from Dollar General all year long. So not just at Halloween. So all I do is I just kind of pack the bag. I like the one I used to pack them with Stampin' Up's bags. They had some brown craft bags for a while, and I used to do it with that. Obviously we don't have those, so this is kind of the next best thing. So I just stick the graham crackers in the back, and then I stick the chocolate over on the side like this, so just down on that side, and then I stick the marshmallows in. So that's kind of what you see, because then that's usually what will catch people's eyes, are those marshmallows. And then you're just gonna fold it, and then you're gonna fold this over, and there's a hard thing here that helps you kind of fold it over. Okay, and then you just fold that back, and that'll keep it all secure for you. Okay, so now let's actually create our little tag to put on top of it. Okay, there's my little thing. All right, so we are going to stamp our sentiment, and we're going to use Cajun Craze to do that. And we're only going to stamp up the Go Nuts, or ink up the Go Nuts. So with it being photopolymer, you're able to see to just ink that up, and you'll notice I got a little bit on that. So let's just clean it and try it again. There we go. Let's see if I can steady my hand a little bit more. There we go. All right. And then again, it's photopolymer, so you can stamp it right down. And then ta-da, you just have the Go Nuts. All right, and then we're gonna take the Cajun Craze again at full strength, and we're gonna stamp it right here onto our basic white. We're gonna take the solid one, we're gonna ink it up. I'm gonna grab my grid paper here again, and we're gonna stamp it down. And then we're going to, hello Carol, hello Deb. And then we're gonna stamp it right on down like this. And then ta-da! Because yes, squirrels can be different colors. I have seen a white one, I guess they call them albino ones. I don't know if any of y'all have. They really are kind of freaky at first when you see them. You're like, whoa, did I really just see that? So yeah, the little stump, yes, Deb, the little stump, it could be used for so many different things. Especially with some camping stamp sets that we have, some little camper stamp sets we have too, or well, used to have, that I still have. because you know I don't let go of those. All right, so let's put our little tag together now. We are gonna take and at an angle, we're gonna cut off our little piece here, and I did emboss this with the Gathering Leaves, I think is what it's called. Gathering Leaves bundle, or embossing folder. And then we're gonna cut off this end here. So we're just gonna put it at an angle. All right, flip this over. Put a little bit of adhesive in the center. And then we're gonna stick it at an angle like that. This is cut out from the Scenic Adventure dies. We're gonna trim off our tree trunks. You won't need them. And it's not gonna look weird, I promise. I also took and put adhesive sheets on the back of it so that it would be easier to adhere down. All right, maybe. You know, sometimes it doesn't like for me to get that adhesive off. All right, and then we're gonna just stick this right here. Don't worry about if none of that comes out. You know, you can pick at it if you want, but it's really not a big deal. No one's really gonna notice it. And then we're just gonna place that down. We're gonna pop up our squirrel, because you gotta have it popped up. We're gonna put one more here. And then adhere your squirrel. You probably don't really need it that far over, but we're gonna do it anyway. You're gonna have a little bit there. You can use your embossing buddy, or you can do this. You can pick it up and cut it however you want to do. I'm just gonna kind of pull off that top so it's not sticky. Okay. Then we're going to put adhesive from the seal across here. And then we're gonna put a dimensional here. Let's see. We can move it over a little bit and only use one. There we go. All right. Then this is gonna go here, right about there. We are going to take my favorite thread, and we're gonna take some Old Olive. Lots of different colors on this project, which is good. Lots of fall colors. Makes it very fall-like. So we're gonna fold our thread in half, so that it gives you two pieces that are here. And then we're gonna tie a bow using both of those. And we're gonna do a double bow. We're gonna undo that. We're gonna make it a little bit bigger. We want it to be a little bit bigger. Let's see if I did that. Yeah, that will work. All right, so on this side, we're just gonna cut that, and then we're gonna cut that. Let me put this back in that bag. Then we're gonna take a glue dot. If I can find the end. And we're gonna stick this. Well, let's do it this way because it seems to want to go this way with our tails. And then we're gonna just take this and scoot it up underneath that edge right there. Okay, so that gives you a cute little bow, but it's not overtaking everything. And then all you're gonna do is take a little binder clip and you're gonna stick it on. And then let's take our embellishments. These are some Cajun Craze ones. And we're gonna put a big one. Oh, let me lay it down for you. We're gonna put a big one there. We're gonna put a little one right here at the tree and another little one up here at the tree. You can add more if you would like as well, but I figured that would be good. If you wanted to mass produce them, you probably only want to put 3 on there. But that is project number 2. I love little projects like this for Halloween last week, I gave all the little ladies in the office with me at the school, I gave them all the little hand sanitizers from Bath and Body Works in the little Halloween treat holder I made. So that was fun. It was fun to give out. But it's always fun to give a little extra to people. You know, not only do they see what you do, but it's just fun to watch their face go, oh, this is so fun and so pretty. So, all right, so that is it for tonight. Let me pull in the other one. I'm trying to move all this stuff so that I can pull the projects in. So we've got those two, and then we've got the card that we made. And again, we will make one more project by on Friday at 5 over on Facebook. So feel free to join me over there. It's just on my Simply Elizabeth page. So you can just go straight over there, and then you will get to see that project on Friday. Of course, if you're not on Facebook, I will upload it here to YouTube on Friday night after I get done. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me tonight, and I will see you next time on Friday. Bye.